The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
All right, good evening, everyone. Calling this meeting to order. This is the Village of Royal Palm Beach Education Advisory Board Annual Organization Meeting. And it is Monday, August 11th, 2025. And we will start the meeting with our Pledge of Allegiance. Please stand.
I don't know where the American flag went.
It's across the way.
There's a flag out there.
We will stand for the flag.
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. And now the roll call.
Thank you, Chairwoman. Chairwoman Jennifer Sullivan. Present. Paula Wilson. Here. Nancy Panay. Here. Rivera. Here. Janet Rails. Present. Tanya Small. Mayor Barrett.
Here.
Thank you. Everyone's here. I guess we get to meet Tanya. Welcome. Thank you for joining our Education Advisory Board. Do you want to come up and say a little something? Or either one? Yeah.
Yes.
And we'll probably have you introduce yourself to the principals in the next meeting, but we'd love to get to know you.
Hi, I am Dr. Tanya Small, resident of Royal Palm Beach, of course, and mother of 2 boys, and one attending Royal Palm Beach High School. And I'm a business owner of A Stronger Foundation. I served as an educator in our county for about 2 decades. So I'm really grateful for the opportunity to serve on the Village Education Advisory Board as an alternate. And I thank you all for the opportunity, and I am anticipating a wonderful, great year.
Thank you.
Well, I think this is one of our shorter meetings, but we do have some business to do. So I think the first order is selection of chair and vice chair for this year. And I think we have had a somewhat of a conversation that Sergio is going to be the chair. Is that true? Okay. He's still willing to serve? Okay. And
Turn your mic on, please.
who will be the vice chair? Did we make that decision, Jacqueline or Sergio, or?
No, you call for a vote.
I just don't know if we had discussed it.
I'll throw my hat in for vice chair.
That's wonderful. Everyone like those ideas? Okay. All right. So I guess I need a motion for to elect Sergio as our chair and Paula as our vice chair for this year. Can I get a motion? Okay. Great. And a second?
Second.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. Congratulations. Thank you for stepping up. Okay, number 2, planning for the school year. I think Jacqueline has given us the meeting dates for next year.
Jennifer, excuse me.
And I have to read
Excuse
them.
me, Chairwoman.
Yes.
You have to turn it over to the chair.
Oh, I do. I don't get to finish this meeting. Wonderful. I love this. Okay. I turn this over to Sergio. Turning off my microphone.
So, as Jennifer said, first order of business is to go over the Education Advisory Board meeting dates for 2025-2026 school year. The first meeting will be on Monday, September 8th. In October, the meeting will be the 13th. The meeting on the 13th will be moved to Monday the 6th due to the Columbus Day holiday. November's meeting will be on the 10th, followed by December's on the 8th. The first meeting of 2026 will be held on Monday, February 9th. Followed by March's meeting on Monday, the 9th. The Education Advisory Board will then meet in April at a date to be determined for scholarship interviews. Monday, May 11th will be the last meeting, which will include the legislative updates from the Palm Beach County School District. All meetings except April scholarship interviews will be held here at the Village Hall at 6 p.m. and recorded for the public. May I have a motion to approve the meeting dates?
So moved?
Second? All in favor? All opposed? Any opposed? Motion passes. The meeting dates are approved. The next order of business is selecting our school liaisons for the upcoming school year. The members of the Education Advisory Board I'll list the names of the school and we will vote on who will be the liaisons. First up, I'm just going to go with H.L. Johnson Elementary. I nominate myself to do H.L. Johnson. Crestwood Middle.
If there's no objection, I would like Crestwood for another year, just to continue the work that I was doing there last year. Is that okay with everyone?
Yes.
Okay.
Cypress Trails Elementary.
I would like to, if it's okay with everyone, to take on that hat.
All right. Royal Palm Beach Community High School. Would you like Royal Palm Beach Community High School since your son is going? Yes. All right. Royal Palm Beach Elementary School.
I think we're left. So which one would you like?
I'll do the charter school.
Okay.
again.
Then I'll take Royal Palm Beach Elementary.
Okay. May I have
Go
a
Bobcats.
motion to approve the liaisons appointments?
Motion to approve appointments for school liaison?
Second.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right. Motion passes. Okay. Lastly, we have the chair's initiative. So I thought about this a little bit, and in taking the questionnaire that was sent over to us into account, I had thought about what we could do to basically set ourselves apart as the board here in the Western communities from the other communities, or at least do whatever we can to facilitate just our message to the communities and to the people and to the residents of Royal Palm. So with that being said, I want the work here that we do to leave a lasting mark on the Royal Palm Beach community, something people will remember for years to come. To make that happen, I think we could raise the advisory board's visibility and connect more deeply with the people that we serve. We already have incredible resources here in our community. We just need to tap into them. In recognition, our educators are the heartbeat of our community. They're shaping the future every single day. I want to partner with our local schools to create a new and meaningful way to recognize their dedication and impact. We now have 4 A-rated schools and 2 B-rated schools, an achievement worth celebrating. And as Mayor Mara reminded us, straight A's is within our reach. So let's aim high together. Awareness. We've seen a drop in scholarship applications recently, and that's something that we can and really should change. With the support of the village and our high school board members and our high school board member, I think we can get the word out in fresh and engaging ways. Every student should know about this opportunity, and every deserving student should feel encouraged to apply. This is our chance to really inspire, connect, and leave a legacy for our community. So let's make it happen. That's my initiative, and that's what I'm going to try to encourage for this upcoming school year. Any other business that we'd like to discuss?
I just wanted to ask either Mayor Camara or I guess probably direct it to you. I know that since we last met, there was some town hall meetings and some discussions about how to improve this board, as well as just, education in general in the village. Are we going to review, and I know you sent out a survey to both the principals and our board to answer some questions. Are we going to review those responses, or how do we engage with that, with that information?
one of the least believable things is when you walk in someplace and say, well, I'm here from help. So we really don't want to behave like that, we being the village council. The idea was to try to find out what the principals thought we, the village, might be able to do. And that would, of course, include Education Advisory Board in one way or another. We haven't really determined what that is. We've had a couple of very specific ideas. The principals have some really, really good things, and I would expect that they would do that. And so the next step in this process is to take all of the input that we've gotten, kind of not distill it, but just summarize it. And then for the council to come together. It wasn't a town hall meeting, it was actually a workshop that we did. And to summarize it, to then say, okay, now out of all of this input and out of the initiative, one of which we've already kicked off, what do we think we can do to better support our schools, and kind of a portfolio of things. And so I think we'll probably be ready to do that at the next council meeting, which will be August the 21st, I think it is. And then we'll come back to the board and say, just for your information, here's generally what the village council wants to do. And of course, you guys serve at the pleasure of the village council. And if there's anything in there in particular, and I appreciate the input that you all have provided, that would require some kind of a change in the EAB charter, if you'll refer to that resolution as kind of a charter, then we'll have that discussion and let you know what we're thinking. And then, of course, just as we reached out to the EAB for their thoughts on how do we help the schools, we'll reach out to you all to say, well, what do you think about modifying how the EAB performs its function at that time? So we'll be into the school year. That's okay. It wasn't ideal. It wasn't perfect. But I think we've moved forward. We've had a couple of good conversations. And I'll tell you, there were really three goals. One was to lift all of our schools to an A. And then sustain the A. It's one thing to get an A. It's another thing to keep an A, right? And then the second one was to expand our civic engagement. That is to say, I can't think of anyone better equipped to talk about civics, especially from a local government point of view, than the people who are actually doing it. So we do have an initiative along that line. Kind of follows a little bit of the model that Florida League of Cities has had and that Wellington adopted it's referred to as a youth council. Our version is a little bit different. It is a youth civic leadership program. And we've had the conversation with the principal, Dr. Robinson, already. She likes the rough outline that we put together. Our next step on that is to go to the school at some point, actually the 3rd of September, and meet with students who've shown interest in doing that, and then see what kind of traction we get and see if that idea, which will be more exposure than anything else initially. So in addition to our student body, our student council member, we may see a number of students sitting out in the audience to attend an Education Advisory Board meeting, likewise to attend a Rec Advisory Committee meeting, likewise to attend Planning and Zoning Commission meeting, and finally, not last but not least, council meetings. So the idea is to have them attend, get exposed to it, and watch how this evolves. And if there's more substantial engagement we see possible, we'd lean into it. So good conversation with the principal. She was very enthusiastic about the idea. Now we just got to see whether or not it resonates with the students. So that one's going on. And then the other thing, actually, kind of an ulterior motive, is to get in front of kids the fact that, working for the government is not a bad career. Now, there's some of us who believe that. That would be those of us who work for the government as a career. And a lot of times we really think that it's underappreciated. It is challenging beyond most people's understanding, quite frankly, and while there's plenty of great things in the private sector, the public sector offers some extraordinary opportunities. If you're looking to have a big impact on things, hard to beat that. So one of the reasons to get them exposed is not only to educate them, make them better citizens, likely to be more involved, but also to kind of say, yeah, there may be a career in here for you, so consider that. The third thing was strengthening our school and village relations, partnerships, more and more. And we've stepped in that direction, as you all know. And so I think there's more we can do in that regard, and maybe we can even help to lift up some of the relations that the partnerships that the schools have with more businesses. And so we think we have some ideas about that. Most of this goes to knowing your school and helping the schools maintain a good reputation. Because at the end of the day, I think our schools will perform even better if we attract more Royal Palm Beach kids to our Royal Palm Beach schools. And so that's kind of an unstated goal, but I think it's an important one. So these three things kind of contribute to that. So that's where we are right now.
Do we have any figures about what percentage of school-age children in Royal Palm Beach do attend school here?
Yes, about 60% of the eligible kids attend on the average, and of course it varies school to school, right? And so some schools are lower, and there are a few a little bit above the 60% level. And while that's not outrageously low, the fact of the matter is, I really believe if you want to improve the performance of the schools, you bring the Royal Palm Beach kids to the schools. And part of that is something as subtle as conversations that you have, that I have with people, the opportunities that we have, somebody used the word celebrate, to celebrate their accomplishments. It's hard to do that sincerely unless you're actually exposed to it. And so the school liaison things, and while I recognize there are folks still working for a living, I would say also that it doesn't take a lot to actually get that firsthand look, because there's nothing more powerful than saying, well, you know what, I was over at Crestwood Middle School the other day, and here's what they were doing, just like I did a little bit ago with the leadership retreat that they did. It's pretty powerful. It really is. And if I didn't believe our schools were that good, I wouldn't be pushing this, but I do, and I believe we can help. Any other questions or comments?
I guess I have a specific comment about the charter school. How does that fit into these initiatives? And
they're part of it. So count the schools, 6. There are 5 traditional, 1 charter. And you've often heard Marsha Andrews refer to that charter school as a public school. It is. By law, it is a public school. And her goal is, like I think most of our goals, we want to give the kids in Royal Palm Beach the best educational opportunities we possibly can. And Western Charter is definitely one of those mechanisms, one of those schools that does that and contributes to it. So that's the way I view anyway Western Academy.
And so the figure that I asked you about, that includes Western Academy?
Yes, it did. Yep. So we think we're headed in a really good direction. I mean, we got a little bit of a boost here with the results of the past school year, which is a testament to the fine work, the outstanding work that the principals, we got some great principals. We really do. We got some extraordinary people doing some great work. And they're either assembling great teams or they have them already, and then it's a matter of just keeping them. Because if you look at the paper, you can see that one of the challenges that this school district has here in Palm Beach County is keeping good teachers working. And so we want to help our principals do that here locally in our individual schools. So we've got some initiative ideas in that regard, which may be something that the Education Advisory Board might help us with. So, any other thoughts, comments? By the way, if anything pops into your head, text me. We don't have to do it formally to the survey. That was more of a prompt than it was a absolute mechanism. I'm just looking for good ideas. So we, the council, are looking for good ideas. Any other thoughts?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. This time, I'd like to, if there isn't any other business to discuss, I'd like to motion to adjourn. It is 6:20 p.m. We are adjourned.